This is Rudy Valley again, stepping perhaps a bit out of character in singing a song from Americana, a song that has taken its audiences by storm, which may be explained by its theme, which is both poignant and different. Brother, can you spare a dime?
The 20s had been good for New York. Irving's photos show us a city bursting with light and exuberance, a city crenellated with towers that raced each other up, eclipsed suns and crowded stars. A city necklaced with piers mooring the world's biggest and fastest and sleekest ships. In the skies above, small and waspish aircraft zipped past the huge, lumbering airships, their waltz-like gait too slow for the skies of the roaring 20s. These skies belonged to brash young men and women who wanted more from them. More speed, more power, more height, more distance, more excitement. Craft radiating heat and horsepower, their engines wore the audible signature, part of the technological cacophony of the times. Their flights, aerial improvisations complementary to the jazz age, while in the streets below, the rambunctious populace strutted the city's identity.
They used to tell me I was building a dream.
And then one day, it all stopped. The hustle, the exuberance, the building, stopped. And while the Art Deco crowns of the new skyscrapers sparkled in the crisp autumn sunshine, in the streets below, the men who built them were plunged into darkness.
With peace and glory ahead, why should I be standing in line, just waiting for bread? Once I built a railroad, I made it run, made it race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime?
Irving was not comfortable with darkness, but darknesses there are. Under the nightly sparkle of the Times Square Christmas tree, the hungry wait in line for soup. Lurking within Irving's jolly Hoovervilles are the demons of the Depression. Beneath the coats of the well-dressed apple sellers, the specter of hunger. The opulent movie palaces are really fortress and refuge from the grim realities of 1931, where the unemployed flee the empty afternoons to seek solace, warmth, and escape in the eternally flickering dark.
Once I built a tower to the sun, brick and rivet and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime?
This year, bank failures will double, from 1,352 to 2,294. 8 million Americans will be unemployed, and while men and women fight dogs and rats for the contents of garbage cans, President Herbert Hoover will oppose government food distribution.
History. It's history of a particular period in New York, as well as in the United States, of the Depression years, what we went through here, as well as all over the rest of the country. Later on, building New York with the skyscrapers going up. And all of this is a record of the history of New York City.
The 30s became a decade-long struggle to emerge from the darkness, to shake off Depression's grip. The struggle will succeed, but in succeeding, will once more transform the world. And although the darkness coming is still concealed by the darkness present, yet its shadow is palpable.
The day the Hindenburg crashed, I saw her twice. I was walking in Manhattan, and all of a sudden a tremendous shadow, a bright sunny day, tremendous shadow took over the whole street for blocks. And I looked up, and there it was. It looked so close you can almost reach up and touch it. If they could send something that big and that size across the Atlantic to the United States, What else are they capable of sending here, knowing what they're already doing in Europe? Eventually, up the road, what else could they do? What else would they dare do?
Airplane companies founded at the decade's start will, by its close, manufacture warplanes. And cruise ships commissioned this year, like the 22,424-ton SS Queen of Bermuda, on which Irving and a quartet of models will sail to the sun-drenched Caribbean to shoot travel brochures, will be converted to troop transports, carrying countless thousands to uncertain fates overseas. The Pan America, too, will make that transition from party boat to troop ship. Her destination, Guadalcanal. And the SS Havana will snatch 4,000 Basque children from the maw of the Spanish Civil War. Like so much that Irving photographed, these ships defined the arc between the decade's open and the decade's close. Every photo may not be a work of art, but every photo is part of the record, and has its story to tell.
Say, don't you remember, they called me out. It was Al all the time.
But before the armies of war can muster, there are armies of depression to disperse. Before new wars can begin, there are new deals to nurture, families to feed, dignity to restore.
Hey, don't you remember? I'm your pal, buddy, can you spare